Previously, the group's ambush turned into a fight for their lives as they attempted to take down Imbara and multiple Red Cloak raiders, who could fly, when the majority of the group couldn't. The group wasn't able to come together, with Taria and Tornak being in one area and everyone else being further away. And then Imbara revealed that she had an anti-magic cone. Yeah, things went downhill from there. Imbara taunted Taria before shooting a black arrow at Tornak, killing him instantly. Vitalia was able to banish some of the Red Cloak Praetors, removing them from the battlefield, but the anti-magic cone meant even that wasn't enough to turn the tide in their favor. Sian asked for some divine intervention, but luck wasn't on her side. Yuri went down but came back up. Then Taria went down, and Thalrizian wasn't looking good. Imbara looked toward Sian and Rylid, who were the least injured of the group, and told them to give up if they wanted to survive. Then a cannonball came out of nowhere and slammed into Imbara, knocking her out of the sky, courtesy of a DM Ex Machina by way of Kai Gilbor. Thalrizian then went down, but Sian was able to get him up again. Vitalia lost concentration on banishment, and the Praetors Sheets and Away came back. Things started to look very grim as Yuri went down again as well. With a somewhat maniacal laugh, Rylid dashed for Taria's unconscious body. He yanked the deck of many things out, and without hesitating, pulled 5 cards. The first was the skull, and a dread wraith appeared beside him. Then a second later, he drew the sun, at which point a wondrous item appeared on him, and he felt much stronger, almost as if he'd leveled up in health and strength. Then he drew the comet, but nothing seemed to immediately happen. Next was the rogue, which also had no obvious effect. Then he drew Donjon, at which point he instantly disappeared and left absolutely everything on him behind. Luckily, the Dread Wraith took that to mean it was a draw, so the group didn't have to fight it as well. Needless to say, the situation, which had already been bad, was then even worse. It was down to Sian, who was a fair bit away from most of the others, and Thalrizian, who was a bleeding mess. With nothing else to try, a barely still standing Thalrizian grabbed the deck of many things from the ground where it had fallen when Rylid disappeared. He drew the throne and felt a bit more persuasive. Then he pulled the Fates, and everything came to a halt because he suddenly knew that he had the ability to reset time and completely undo a single past event. And that could change everything. He just had to figure out what exact moment to undo. And that is where we left off.